The weather being strangely fine. We said verb to be in the past, it is either was or were. So here I will use was or were, and why. Okay, excellent. You've guessed it. Here I first to know if I will use was or were, I have to look about the one I'm speaking about, or the one who did the verb. The weather. If I remove the weather, I will put it. So it always takes was. And as we said with verb to be, I don't use didn't. I simply, if I want to make this sentence in the past, it will be simply was. The weather was strangely fine yesterday. But if I want to make it negative, I also simply remove was and add wasn't. And it may happen to you like after a long day of work, you look pale or you look tired. Somebody asks you, yesterday you looked different. What was wrong? You don't say, I was very, very tired. I was very, very tired. Okay? If you want to, you don't say I did or whatever. If you want to make it negative, as we said, was becomes wasn't, and were becomes were. Moving on, it's not playing a lot. If I want to make this sentence in the negative, what do I have to do? Excellent, you guessed it again. Simply to make the verb here in the past form. So if I told you that train is a regular verb, how can I make it in the past? Perfect. Rain becomes rains. So, and because we have not here, it means the normal sentence should be it rained a lot. If I'm making a normal sentence, it rained a lot. If I want to make it negative, the famous two steps. I add didn't, and after didn't always infinitive. So it becomes it didn't rain a lot. Clear? Okay, excellent, moving on. But we see some beautiful rainbows. See here is an irregular verb. The verb see is irregular. The past form from it, can you guess it? You already know it? Yes, it is saw. So what we saw some beautiful rainbows. How about if I want to make this sentence in the negative, what should I say? Two steps. First thing, I add didn't. Second step, I put the verb in the infinitive. So I can either say, but we saw some beautiful rainbows, or but we didn't see some beautiful rainbows. Last sentence, where spend you your last holiday? Okay. This part is more about the questions, not the sentence we're going to give. I'm sure you have heard this in the explanation, but any helping verb in any tense I use for two things, the negative or the questions. For example, we said with the present continuous, the helping verb that we have here is verb to be. It means that in the negative I will use verb to be, like I am not playing or she is not eating, and I will use it in the question. Are you playing? Are you eating? So, same here. What is the helping verb for the past? We said before, the helping verb here is did. Verb to do, which is did in the past. So, simply, if I want to make, like, what do I understand that I have did in the past, I will use it for two things. The first thing is the negative, and we have already seen this. The second thing is in the question. Like, as you will see here, where you spend your last holiday. It should be where did you spend Where did you spend your last holiday? To speak more or as a quick revision for the question, let me ask you a simple question. How many types of questions do we have in the English? Like the English language. How many types of questions do we have? Okay, answering this question in English, we have two types of questions. Okay, first type is called one second. Okay, now moving on. We said we have two types of questions. What are they? The first type we have is called WH question. Why do we call it like this? Because the question always starts with the WH question word. Words like what, who, how, where, when. See, these words are called question words. And because most of them, as you can see, start with WH, so they call them WH question words. So the first type of question, the WH question, is called like this because it always starts with the WH question word. And what makes it special? The answer is what the question word is asking about. Like, if I ask with who, the answer is usually a person. If I ask with when, the answer is a time. If I ask with where, the answer is a place. So WH questions, like, they start with WH question words, and the answers is what the question word is asking about. The second type is called yes or no question. Can you guess why? Can you guess why do we call it like this? Simply, the yes or no questions are questions like the answer to these questions are always yes or no. One second. What do you know? Doing what we just said again. We have in English two types of questions, like WH and yes or no. Why do we call the WH like this? Because it starts, the question starts with the WH question word. Like what? As you can see, some examples on the WH questions. What did you do? See, it started with the WH words, what? And where did you go? Where? It started with WH question word. And because where is asking about a place, the answer automatically will be a place. When we go here to yes or no, why do we call it a yes or no question? Because the answer to this question is always yes or no. What makes it special is I don't start with a WH, I start with the helping verb. Like in this case or in the past, this helping verb will be did. For example, did you go? Did you study? So if you focus the answer, like for example, did you go to the club? The answer automatically, yes I did, no I didn't. Did you eat today? Yes I did, no I didn't. Did you study your homework or did you study your lessons? Yes I did, no I didn't. So simply it starts with the verb, in this case did, And the answer to it is always yes or no. How can I make it? Simply, did you go? Did you eat? Did, the one who did the verb, and the verb in the infinitive form. Focus. We said after did or didn't, always infinitive. I cannot say, did you went to the club? No, no, no. After did or didn't, always infinitive form. So, for example, if you think that yes or no, they look easy, or it's easy to make a yes or no, but the WH question looks big, I have good news for you. WH question is simply a yes or no question with a WH word before it. So, did you go? If I want to make a WH question, where did you go? When did you go? How did you go? Another one, did you eat? Did you eat? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. If the answer is yes, where did you eat? When did you eat? How did you eat? Nobody asked how did you eat. So, did you study? And so, and so, and so. It will become where did you study? How did you study? And moving on. So, in this case, where spend you your holiday? All I needed to do is add this and make spend in the infinitive form. So, change from where spend you your last holiday to where did you spend your last holiday? I hope it's clear. Let's move on. More exercise. Now, as you can see, some exercise on the irregular verb. So, let's move this. I want to try this 1 minute. And we're back. So, as you can see here, because in the beginning you will not be very familiar, somebody may ask me, how can I know that this verb is regular or irregular? Or another question, if this verb is irregular, how can I know the past form from it? Simply, it comes by practice. With time, you learn new verbs. You learn more verbs. So all you need to do is more search. Now here we have a list of irregular verbs, and I want you to put the past form from it. I will give you an example. Meet in the present. In the past, it will be met. Meet, present. In the past, met. Another one, drive. Drive in the present. In the past, it will be drove. Speak, like the verb speak. In the past, it will be, in case you don't already know it, spoke. Put. In the past, it will be put. It doesn't change, like the verb cut, if you remember. Write. In the past, it will be wrote. Sing, like you know the verb sing, like Amr Diab and Justin Timberlake. In the past, it will be sang. Do, verb to do, our famous helping verb. In the past, it would be did. Sit. In the past, it would be sit. Right? Stand. In the past, it would be stood. Last but not least, run. In the past, that would be ran. So let's read them again to make sure we say them correctly. Meet. Meet. Present. In the past, met. Drive. Present or infinitive. In the past, drove. Speak. When you speak and you say something. In the past, spoke. Put. In the past, put. Write. In the past, wrote. Sing. In the past, sang. Did. In the past, doing. In the past, did. Sit. In the past, sit. Stand. In the past, stood. Run. In the past, ran. So these were like some important irregular verbs, just for your information and practicing them. Like I just want to highlight one point, because a lot of people are usually worried about the irregular verbs. They are a lot, they have no rule, how can we know, how can we learn? As I told you, with time you will gain the experience, plus sometimes you will feel there is a pattern. Like some verbs, they look like each other, or they go like each other. For example, sit, 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 sit. Put in the present, put in the past. Cut in the present, cut in the past. Another type of pattern, for example, drive, drove, speak, spoke, break, broke. So with time, when you start learning or when you start gaining something called language sense, it will be much, much easier in the future. Now moving on. Okay, that's a nice example. Like he's giving you a sentence and he wants like affirmative. He wants you to make it negative, then interrogative. Interrogative here it means like make it a question, a yes or no question. So he wrote a book. If I want to make it in the negative form, what do I do? Yes, simple 2 steps. First, negative, it means did. So, he didn't. Do I say he didn't write or he didn't write? Excellent. We say he didn't write because, as we said many times, after did or didn't, the verb is always infinitive. If I want to make it a question, like, as we said, the question is always like, the sentence is always the one who did the verb and the verb. The one who did the verb and the verb. With the question, the yes or no question, we switch the verb first. So I don't say he did. I ask, or when I want to ask, I ask, did he? And after this, all the verbs are infinitive, so it will be right. Small typo here. So he wrote a book. He didn't write a book. When you make it a question, so did he write a book? Typos, right? So do you see how easy is it? As we said, sentence, one who did the verb and the verb. Negative, didn't, and infinitive. Question, yes or no question, and start with did. You do this one. He did not sing, or he didn't sing. If I want to make the original sentence, it will be what? Take your time. Okay, excellent. Simply, he sang. So he sang, he sang, he didn't sing. And if I want to make it a question, I start with did. Now a question is starting with was. Was she pretty? It means that, the verb I have here is verb to be. So was she pretty? If I want to make it a sentence, I switch. Was she becomes she was. Good job. So the sentence here, she was pretty. If I want to make it negative, and focus and be very, very careful with this sentence. The verb we have here is not a normal verb. We said all the verbs in the world, in the negative I use didn't, except for, yes, verb to be. If I want to make it negative, I put it in the negative form. So it becomes, she was pretty. If I want to make it negative, so she wasn't pretty. One, okay. Moving on for more exercise. We moved to a new house. If you look at the sentence here, you will find that move is like a verb in the present form. Now I want you to take your time. You have like 1 minute to go through all the sentences, read them, take your time answering, and then we'll get back and we'll answer them together. Okay? 1 minute, check them all and make these sentences in the past form. Take your time. Okay guys, we're back. Now, let's check together the correct answers for these sentences. The first one, he moved to a new house. First, before we start answering this question or these sentences, can you tell me what's the meaning of move here? As you will learn here, like along the way during learning, that the word in like one word could have many meanings, and we actually like you have the same in Arabic and it's the same in English. So move is usually when you move something, like I have a notebook here and I will move it. Okay, this is the meaning of the word move. But another meaning for the word move is to change where you live. Like for example, I used to live in Saudi Arabia, then I moved to another country, or in the same country. I used to live in this street, then I moved to another street. So we moved to a new house means we changed where we live, not we actually moved. So, moving on, if I told you that move is a regular verb, that makes the sentence in the past we moved. So in your hands. If you did it like this, good job. Second sentence, they bring a sandwich. They bring a sandwich. Bring here is in present, so let's make it in the past. Bring is an irregular verb. The past form of bring is brought. Bring, brought. Like buy, brought. And think, thought. So they bring a sandwich. The past form would be they brought a sandwich. He doesn't do the homework. He doesn't do the homework. This sentence you have to be very careful. Why? Because it's already negative. If you want to make it negative in the past, it is different from the negative in the present. In the present, we use doesn't. But in the past, we use what? Amazing. We guessed it again. So, he doesn't do homework. If it was a normal sentence, if it was not negative, and I want to make it a normal sentence, I would probably say he did homework. But because this sentence is like different, and I will tell you why it is different. He wants it negative. I was saying he didn't do. Why this sentence is different, or why I told you to be careful while doing it, a lot of people actually get confused. Like, because in the past, I would put did. Now, where is the real verb, or where is the main verb? Sometimes it happens, like here in the present, verb to do was the helping verb and the main verb. And same wise in the our sentence, it was like, he didn't do the homework. Like, did, the first one is the helping verb, the one I use for negative, and by chance, the same verb which is do is the main verb. So he doesn't do homework. If I'm speaking in the past, he didn't do the homework. Moving on. They sell cars. Sell is present. The past is sold. So I say they sold cars. Last sentence, when you are 3 years old. Does he visit his friends? Does he visit his friends? This one also you have to be very careful because it's not a normal sentence, it's a question. As you can see, it's a question. And not, like, when I know it's a question, I have to know which type of questions is it. Is it the yes or no, or the WH? When you look, what did you use for question? Did you use a verb or a WH question word? Excellent. He didn't use a WH, he used the verb, does. So to make it a question in the past, I will need to use does. I will use did. So it will become, did he, do I say did he visit or did he visited? Okay, amazing job. Did he visit? Why visit, not visited? Because after did and didn't, the verb is always an infinitive. Okay guys, that's about all concerning the revision of the past simple. Small break and we'll be back to you. Okay, we're back again. So that's the end guys for the revision of level 3, like the vocab and the things you took with along the level are for you to revise, and during this revision we revised almost like the important parts of the grammar, which are the present continuous and the past simple. Best wishes of luck, take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll see you again. Take care.